You're doing great.
So tell me a little bit about what motivated you to found Canine Coaching with Chris.
So after the military, I went to law school. I decided after graduation that it just wasn't for me. I didn't know, no, sit. I didn't know really what I wanted to do, but kind of fell backwards back into dog training when a good friend of mine passed away and left a dog training business and a widow and 2 kids. And when I got back in there and started helping the widow, no ma'am, sit. Yes, let's go, free. I really fell back in love with dogs all over again. And dogs have been a giant part of my life, my entire life. Magnolia, get out of there. And when I was working in Mandeville, I really started to see some of the detriment that was happening during COVID. Mm-hmm. During COVID, a lot of people got dogs because they were stuck inside and they wanted a companion. But these dogs really suffered when everyone went back to work. When the world opened back up again, these dogs really, really suffered, and they were suffering from anxiety and almost depression. And so through that, I really took my time and began learning what it was that was affecting these dogs and making them go down this path that eventually was leading to aggression and to aggressive behaviors. And what I learned and what I am continuing to learn is the breadth of emotions that these dogs experience are far greater than most people give them credit for. I've had a dog that I promise was dealing with almost suicidal thoughts. And so I think, no ma'am, Magnolia, let's go. To me, the easiest way to go about that was to break the communication down to a level that even a child could understand, or a dog could understand. And so, and that's kind of been the basis for my program. Magnolia Ann, here, is teaching them that everything they want, no ma'am, sit, yes. Teaching them that everything they want, they can get as long as we do it together. And that's really the basis of my program, is teaching them that, hey, we are a team, and I'm going to give you everything you need. I'm going to fulfill all those instincts. I'm going to fulfill all those needs. But as long as you listen, you're going to continue to get more and more freedoms. Magnolia is able to do this and is able to walk around off leash in this neighborhood with cats and dogs and other people in cars, because we have a level of trust with each other that was only built through time and communication, and through clear communication. Free. And so to be able to do that for dogs in my area is just kind of a beautiful way to live. I've been around dogs for so long and lived with dogs for so long that I understand them and see them in a way that most people just aren't able to. And so, yeah, to be able to use that information and use that knowledge to help dogs live a better life, and in turn help their humans live a better life. Magnolia, out of there, let's go. Is really just kind of an exciting and beautiful way to live.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. What do you think are some of the ways that your dog training differentiates again from other dog trainers that are in the area or wherever?
I like to call myself a subjective dog trainer, as opposed to objective. When you sign up for a dog training program, it's a program. And so that to me is, you got to hit this marker, you got to sit for 15 seconds, you want to place for 15 minutes. Magnolia Ann. Where my program, yes, there are certain markers that I'm looking for. No ma'am, Magnolia, here. So now Magnolia is about to lose a privilege. I told her here twice and she didn't, because she stopped and sniffed something. So now she loses the right to have this freedom. Sit. Yes, because she didn't listen the first time. Off leash, sorry, I know I'm going a little sideways.
Nope.
But
got it.
Off leash is a privilege, and because of the amount of risk that's associated. So if she doesn't listen the first time, that privilege is gone. We're still going to go out and have fun. Let's go here. But now she's got to hold my hand.
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry. Where was I at?
Well, I was just talking about like the differences between your dog training methods and then some of the others.
Yes,
that you've
sorry.
seen.
I like to approach it as in a subjective manner. Free. Each dog is so unique. Each breed is unique. And within that breed, each individual dog is extremely unique. And so not every dog needs the same thing. Molly, my standard poodle, doesn't need the amount of exercise that Magnolia does. Magnolia is a very, very high energy dog, and she needs a little bit more, not only in the sense of getting that energy out, but also learning how to control that energy. We call it patience. We can also call it impulse control, but learning not to just jump at your instincts. Learning that, oh, just because there's a cat or a squirrel over there, that doesn't mean that you can go run after it. You have to be able to control yourself and listen because you're part of a team. And again, I'm not saying that other trainers don't do that, but to the point of what exactly makes my program different is I spend 2 to 3 days just getting to know a dog before I even ask that dog to really do anything. I don't do evaluations. I'm not going to come and meet your dog for 20 minutes because that's not long enough time to get to know a dog. I'm going to spend 3 days getting to know a dog before I start trying to teach it anything. The second part to your question is I think one of the biggest mistakes that people make, including trainers, is we skip the teaching phase. No, ma'am. Here. Here. Magnolia Ann. Here. Okay. Sit. So we skip the teaching phase and go straight to training. But if you haven't taught a behavior yet, if you haven't spent the necessary time teaching a behavior, then it's not really right to train that behavior. And there's a big distinction. And so twofold answer, I'm a subjective trainer who relies heavily on teaching rather than training.
Got it. Got it.
Here.
What has surprised you the most since being a dog trainer?
Free. Definitely the breadth of, one, the emotions that they experience, but also what they are capable of. Everybody should know, everybody does, or I think everybody knows the power that they have behind their nose. It's immense. But what a lot of people may not understand is they don't just smell smells. These dogs, most of them, can smell our emotions. They smell fear. They smell death. They smell things that we just don't really fully take in with our visual way of looking at the world. And so I think that just their capabilities, and even though I've been doing this job for over 15 years, it still just amazes me what they are capable of, not only capable of doing, but what they're capable of giving to our life. I think dogs bring not only an immense amount of love, but they also bring so much else. They can bring you out of a funk. They can give you a purpose. They can give you a reason for getting out of bed. Dogs are the only creatures on earth that will love you more than they love themselves. And as long as there is a connection there, that they understand that, you know, they are part of a team and that you are the leader of that team, they'll do anything you ask. And it's just understanding how to communicate with them what it is you expect of them, and then what's in it for them when they meet that mark.